Inshallah and Ashe. Blessings to you, my energetic beings, and welcome to the season of what we commit to, rising to the top. Structures, the structures of our bones. The cold father, climbing or rising to the top. Being overly responsible, committed. All things 10th house, career, legacy, Saturn, the influence of Saturn. This sacred spirit circle is dedicated to Capricorn, none other than. We are in the prime directive of the season of winter. The seasons also in the elemental structures of the rat and the ox. The peak of yin energy. Yin energy is at its peak. This is water, winter, wisdom. Healing energies of water from the north, the northern direction, the northeastern direction, those areas of your home. Big water from the ocean and soil from the field. It's the season of improving our flow, the flow of our lives, reconciling, going inward, and to draw upon our own inner courage, releasing our fear. It's time to cultivate some inner knowledge, even within ourselves, personal growth, learning that inner quiet solitude, sparking us to really go deep inside, meditation, contemplation. Yin energy has reached its peak. Yang is at rest. The northern hemisphere, water is the winter, the season of water, going inward, meditation. Really soliciting your inner solitude. Do a little plug there. I do have Soliciting Solitude, a meditation online course, or I should just say a meditation venue. It's the beginning of winter, the flavor of salt. In the water, I would actually utilize Celtic sea salt, mineralization, strengthening the bones, winter water being the kidneys, the bladder. It's also our ancestors, our lineage, adrenals, the sacral center. These centers are always oscillating, vibrating, and synchronizing. They don't work alone. They all work together. It's all about being in flow. It's the time of life when wisdom, inner peace, or just peace, healing our life purpose, our journey, possibly getting a promotion, a change in our careers. It's time to see these goals as if they are already or have been already achieved. The color of deep, dark blue, black. The elemental that supports the winter is actually metal. That's why I went with minerals. The energy that's destructive is actually earth. Earth actually absorbs water, gives water direction, kind of how rivers get their direction from the earth, along with mineral, metal, stones. We're in the season of Capricorn, and later in the degrees, we're going to reach the element of yin earth in the ox. That happens in January, by the way. But we're sparking our innate wisdom, our own inner knowledge, our knowledge. So this may ignite some spiritual growth, some individuation, some self-actualization, inquiring minds. I always like to stay curious and question everything. But the color of this area really is the blue. It's also related to the early spring, right before the Chinese New Year, which we're on the cusp of. I'll get into that later. But Earth, remember, Earth is a transitional season, an interseason. If you're born in an Earth season, happens 4 times a year, you are always in transition. Very stable. Earth is a stability. It's also nurturing, but in Capricorn, it's the element of water being supported by metal, and the earth feels more depleted. The ancient ancestral wisdom of our bones, it's in our DNA, the bones of our soul, our circuitry. And on this day, when the sun enters the season of responsibility, the cold, dark moon in a way, the dark father, the energy of the first day of Capricorn, we have a yin water day master sitting upon the ox, the soil in the field. Yin water is moving water. In this case, it's a river that is actually flowing under the frozen top. If you can, check out my post in the Rising of the Origins. But the month is a yang wood rat, a Jaya Z. Jiazzi. The year, of course, is the yin water rabbit on the hour. And we have yang water dog. The dog is a mountain. And remember, we go to the mountain. In this case, it's a loyal dog to tell that mountain our secrets, being in the flow to do just that. And yang wood is also new beginnings, family. It's time to adjust our goals, new projects, strengthening our family ties that bind is kind of what I'm sensing there. Being surrounded by friends, community. Water is very abundant, I must say, in this chart, just percolating and looking at it. The hour of yang water dog also represents our emotions. The hour pillar is our emotions, how we emote, and also our later years in life. Emotions are actually being depleted, absorbed by the mountain. And again, remember, we go to the mountain, in this case, the dog, to tell the mountain our secrets. And the hour of the dragon, we have the release of yin metal and also yin fire. So yin energy is stuff that's happening inside of us. So it's time to light the candles and keep the fires burning, warming up our inner fires, our inner passions, our inner charisma, sparking something anew. We only have one fire element on the beginning of Capricorn season. Fire is desperately needed, is kind of what I'm sensing, to warm us inside, like tea, things that are warming to our inner world. We also need metal for nourishing, bringing sustenance to the soil, the fields. Our intuition is high. There's lots of intuitive insights and gifting being offered to us. It's time to flow and see the answers just stream in. Not so much like a download. It's like the flow of rivers just streaming in, ideas, lots of intuition. And truly source where your intuition is coming from. Use discernment. Earth represents power in this case, leadership to a water day master. We do have both yin and yang, and the yin metal is a hidden resource. I guess we pull out our resources as a necessity or as necessary. We do have a season full of friends and helping spirits. So you may feel as if you have someone who is competing with you. Not to worry, though. You're going to use the spirit of nature to move and spread your branches out and reach far like a tree. So it's like the energy is being held within to burst forward in the spring. Like, don't count your chickens before they hatch. The rabbit is us using our creativity, know what rabbits do, to assist in our flow. And Saturn, being the ruler of Capricorn, is actually moving forward in Pisces on this day. Saturn is at 2 degrees, so we're feeling emotionally committed, responsible. And this is actually all happening inside of us. It's almost like we need to create sacred space around a feeling, a sensation that really is aligned with our divine heart and even connected to spirit. It's like a karmic treasure map of healing those karmic triggers. The moon has barely entered into the season of Taurus, barely at 0 degrees. So it's time to set some boundaries around what you really, truly, authentically want to cut away from when you are manifesting. Maybe like emotional boundaries, harmonizing our emotional field, along with the sun shining upon or setting up boundaries around what we do feel responsible for versus the other. This is happening inside of us. So it's like a cosmic soup that's percolating in our bodies, in our bodiness, and our structures. And Mercury is actually retrograde at the 1st degree, right ahead of our sun. So it's time to be mindful of our inner self-talk. Be mindful of committing to yourself, possibly sitting with yourself and really asking yourself if the responsibility is loving to your heart center, or is it going to be an overcommitment that is not heart aligned? Oftentimes we do things because we allow other people to control our heart instead of us. It's our heart. It's time for us to take ownership of our heart's desires. So be mindful of that space. If it's not heart aligned, the heart center is the prime directive always, and we all got a prime directive. We all have an inner genius. We all belong to an elemental clan, which actually now brings me to the energetic center. So we have the heart, we have force empathy, that's in our hand centers. A lot of Reiki practitioners use the energetic center in their hands to command forces. We also have Pluto all sitting at really what I would call it the heavenly altar, the heavenly shrine. So Pluto is stirring the cosmic soup at the 29th degree. So this is critical, and faith is the key on this heavenly altar in order to open the door and access into the heavenly realm. Now realize we're just leaving the season of Sagittarius where we actually can see things through a higher perspective, through our soul's harmonic, through the eyes of Creator. However, we are opening up to our force, empathy, force, not force, force, like power. The 11th energetic center. This is our ability to command forces, generative and degenerative. We actually need both to balance. It's the yin and the yang. It's Father Time. Pluto is setting the boundaries for us to walk away from the dark ages and enter into possibly a new, otherworldly, sight unseen paradigm. It really feels like we're going to be gushed in through a portal. And what else is curious is we enter into what is called period 9 to the 9s in Chinese astrology. We've been in period 8 for 20 years. Earth. Period 8 is an earth energy. Now we are moving into period 9, which is fire, which I will probably literally dedicate an entire session to the rhythm of fire and entering into period 9. However, the 11th energy center is in our hands. And if you're new to my show, my channel, truly go back and listen to Scorpio Sacred Spirit Circle, because I talk about the shaman's portal there and I connect Pluto with the shaman's portal. It's the 8th energetic center. And I'm sure I do have a Leo sacred circle where I muse about our heart center, our prime directive. But the primary focus of the 11th energetic center is to command forces, to clear out negative energy. You can command forces of nature like the wind, the rain, water, fire, the sun, to really move anything, including clouds, whether it's a feeling, a fragmented thought, like flicking it out of the way so you can see what's really going on, doing like psychic intuitive diagnosis, communicating with the subtle energies and even the subtle beings, the elementals. I love and I often use and play with the elementals for healing what ails you. If you've ever had a session with me, I allow spirit to guide me, whether it's a stone, a star, the air, the wind, a particle, a wave, the soil, it doesn't really matter. But you can also use colors, you can use shapes. I love using Metatron's cube as well to cleanse the entire energetic field, along with doing like a subtle energetic plop where I just drop in Metatron's cube to cleanse a center or run it into your entire body through the entire pathways energetically, all in the subtle field. So if you are feeling called, Change Your Stars is an offer I have that dives deep into these energetic centers and so much more. I talk about the Merlin effect, one of my very favorites. And if you are new to energy healing, start with the energy body demystified first. I feel like that is actually a very important foundation to have. So with that, my name is Tanya D. I am a holistic shaman medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon, a reflector by design. My intention is truly changing lives, igniting passions through the information highway while awakening the spirit. So here we go for this meditation. Take a few breaths, get centered. The key is to center ourselves, protect ourselves, ground ourselves, and open ourselves up to source, energy, the divine, great spirit, whatever calibration works for you. I always like to get centered in the center of the core of my divine heart. And I like to just breathe in there and allow the great spirit to merge with my spirit, because our energy body needs to be merged with our physical body. A lot of people are not merged, I'll say. Your higher self is not merged with your physical self. Just a little FYI there. So just breathe in, breathe out, and kind of get yourself centered. Know you are protected and know you are safe, you are grounded. So with that, I'm going to affirm the magical being that resides within myself. I'm going to affirm all the beings in the unseen and the seen, the guardians, the gatekeepers, the angels, ancestors, often what may seem alien. I also affirm the great spirit, the source, the divine, the oneness. Now I'm going to affirm your spirit, the spirit of each and every one of you tuning in, all your helping spirits, all your ancestors, all the way back before time, space, dimension, portals, and all the goods and the gooders. And as you take a breath, I want you to take a moment and reach your pause point, your 0 point, the zone of neutrality. Protecting your center, knowing that you are connected to your divine heart, your center, and you're doing the inhale and the exhale simultaneously into the flow, breathing into and through the backside of your heart and exhaling through the front. We're going to do this 3 times. Inhaling through the backside, hold for a count of 3. Exhaling through the front side. And again, inhale deep through the backside, hold for a count of 3. And go ahead when you're ready and exhale through the front side, releasing it all the way out. And one last time, just for openness and clarity, inhale through the front side, and when you're ready, exhale through the back side. I'm going to affirm the Great Spirit, the oneness, the divine. I affirm the guardians, the angels, the beings in the seen and the unseen, the ancestors, the contemplates, the wedames, the wariye. I affirm the magical beings, the spirits tuning into the sacred spirit circle, including myself. I'm going to petition upon the divine pathway to connect and protect our unique individual field, our energy center, unique and individual to each and every one of us. And see if you can see a color, a tone, a shape. Our 12th energetic center is unique to each and every one of us. It's an intuitive gift. It's like our divine thumbprint. It's unique to each and every one of us. And as we petition the divine to connect and protect our universal streams, knowing that we are a conduit, in this case it's streaming through our hands, the absolute gratitude of light that resonates with our soul, with our spirit, our personal streams. Exhale and release. And when you get a full flush out, I want you to take that big inhale and hold for a count of 3 as we petition the divine to connect and protect from our hand center. Maybe you feel your hands percolating. Sometimes I like to rub my hands together, and then I can call in that energy. They'll heat up, and I kind of like pulse them in and out, and it's like you've got gum in between your hands, and you can feel the energy vibration between them, connecting and oozing and just feeling so kind and juicy. And from our hand center to stream the absolute light all the way down and through to the earth star, connecting us to our nature empathy, the nature beings, the elementals, anything that seems very otherworldly. Often mystical, magical. It's usually something that no one would believe unless they were sitting there with you, to be quite honest. Streaming universal streams of absolute oneness. I'm going to petition the divine, the oneness, the Great Spirit to connect and protect our ability to be heart aligned in our divine commitments, our personal responsibilities, that we may be a conduit for forces that bring the power of love streaming through us, removing all the debris that is not love-centered. And rising to the top, we rise into our bounty, into our heart. You can feel your hands activated. We're going to call in generative forces for healing and those streams of absolute light, also known as scalar waves, channeling into and through your entire body, through every energetic pathway, also known as the meridians, entering in into your left hand and channeling through your entire body like rivers, coursing like rivers, the absolute light scalar waves of the divine universal streams, going through your entire body, transmitting, transmuting whatever's there into your highest, greatest good. And we're going to call upon our degenerative forces to take what's not working and release it out our right hand into the ethers, into the universe for transmutation and healing. So we're just channeling through the flow, feeling the streams. You could see possibly white light, golden light, pink light. We've got opportunities. Allow spirit to really be your prime directive and allow spirit to create those universal streams. You may feel, see, sense. You could hear something, telepathy. You may also sense something like a shape. You may even see Metatron's cube coming into and through your left hand, going through all your energetic pathways, those meridians, and just doing like a royal flush, cleansing out all of the debris so that you may, in your future life, your future self, from this day forward, only commit to your heart's divine desires with a merging of your higher self, your spirit body, with your physical body. And with that, I say ashe. Make it a fantastic Capricorn season. Come back to this meditation as you feel the need, allowing streams of grace, universal streams, along with your personal streams, to just flush through you anytime you feel as if you are not rising to the cream of the crop. I believe we are all star beings on a spiritual walk of fame. So let your starlight shine bright and brilliant as ever before. Be sure to subscribe, give a shout out to your friends, and as always, I'll see you on the other side. Blessings.